Hi, welcome to this episode. Today I'm going to be talking about 7 consequences of sex before marriage. Hmm. I know that we've been hearing this about this every time, and most people don't really care about it. I mean, everybody has sex before marriage, I think. But it's not everybody, but majority. I mean, it's almost like normal. Anyway, I just hope that today will like open your ears of understanding and you'll be able to understand some deep things about sex. But before we go into the consequences, God created sexual intercourse with a purpose. Let me show you from the scriptures. Let's check for Genesis chapter 1, verse 27 to 28. Genesis 1, 27 to 28. It says, God created mankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them male and female. And verse 28, God blessed them and said to them, be fertile and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Yes. So from this scripture, you can see how, of the purpose where God created sexual intercourse, so that we can multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. So an unmarried person with sexual desires are advised to get married, not sleep around. Do you know that it's in the Bible that way? Okay, let me show you. Let's check 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 9. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 9. Are you there? Okay. But if they cannot abide, let them marry. For it is better to marry than any should commit sin. You cannot hold your body. If you know that sex is hungering you, intercourse, you must have it, then go and marry. It's better, please. And then let's go into the consequences of sex before marriage. Number 1, you sin against God and your body. Yes. Let me show you something in the scripture. Let's check 1 Corinthians chapter 6. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13. And the B part, I mean the latter part of that, verse 13, it says, now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. Your body is for the Lord, and the Lord is for your body. You get it? And then let's check verse 18 of that same 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And verse 18 says, flee from immorality. All other sin a person commits are outside the body. But whoever sins sexually sins against their own body. I pray that the Lord will help us. So, going against the will of God comes with a price. You now know what God says about sex. And I'm sure you even know before. But now I've brought it to your memory. I've brought it to, I've reminded you about it. Everything you commit comes with a price. And then the second consequence is there's high chance of regret in marriage. I'm telling you, when you come into marriage with a bad load of experiences and emotional, physically attachment, it comes with regret. It causes regrets, such as trust issues. It's true. When your spouse gets to know that you've slept with several people, it comes with trust issues. Even if you are just talking to your friend and you're saying hello, no, I've done it. That I've done it may look like another thing to your spouse, because he or she knows that you've had a lot of sexual intercourse before you met them. And another regret it can come with is STDs, right? It's very common. It happens. Sexual transmitted diseases. It's real, and sometimes it can even cause infertility. That's another problem that's another consequences of sex before marriage. It brings infertility. Comparing performances to is one of it. You slept with Wale, Femi, Kobe. Please remind me of those Yoruba divorces again. Okay, let's be serious. So now you met with Kunle, and Kunle is a child of God. You had only one girlfriend. Maybe you didn't even have sex with the person before you get married. And now they are not comparing. When you were with Wale, there's this style that you used to do. And this one, you know all these things will cause problem. So please, this is one of the consequences of sex before marriage. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 says you form soul ties with the wrong people. I was telling somebody about this soul ties thing, and that person was amazed. Soul ties. Do you know that sex forms? It's not just the surface. You sleep and you go. You think that's all about it. It forms. You are forming soul ties with somebody that you don't even know. Somebody that you can't. I mean, some people cannot even count how many people they've had sex with. So can you imagine how many people you formed soul ties with? It goes beyond the physical. It's spiritual. It goes spiritual. You know, sometimes it can cause you to cheat on your partner sometimes. Yes, because you formed ties with another person or somebody that you're not supposed to form ties with. And sometimes that attachment doesn't just go. So please, I'm begging us. This is one of the consequences. Let's go to number 4 because of our time. You become more vulnerable to more illicit sex encounters. When you've already tasted it, it's almost normal that you want to go on with it. Once you've already started, you've done it once or twice, it start becoming normal to you. Yes, compared to somebody that has not done it before. Somebody that has not done it before will have, the person will be able to say no faster and be able to deal with the what's it called, this attachment or whatever, compared to you that you've done it before. Do you understand? So a virgin will most likely control our emotions and urges better than a person that have had several sexual intimacies. Let's go to number 5. It breeds shame. I'm telling you. Shame, self-hatred, and guilt. Be honest with yourself. Don't you feel guilt sometimes? When you sit down and think about how many people you've had sexual intercourse with, don't you feel bad? Doesn't it feel like shame? Before you know it, something will happen. You will tend to realize that you have slept with 3 of your friends, your partner's friend. Or before you know it, you have even slept with your cousin. This thing will bring shame, let's be honest, and guilt. No self-guilt, like you are feeling so bad about it. You understand? So these are part of the consequences of sex before marriage. Let's go to number 6. When you don't have sex before marriage, there'll be no skeleton in your cupboard now. But when you have skeleton in your cupboard, though, no issues of blackmails. Do you know what some people are facing with some ex that they have almost drained them? Some ex that will be calling them back to have more sex, and if they don't come, they have their nude pictures. They have several things. You know, all these things are what comes with, are the consequences of having sex before marriage. They have. You can't even come clean. I just remembered that I jotted something. I said you can come clean to your spouse, but you that you've had several sexual partners, will you be able to come clean? Can you tell your spouse that you've slept with 25 people? Once you start having sex, it becomes normal, and most people don't even have. It's not like they want to do it, but it happens. By the time you now sit down and you start counting, you will now be counting 10, 11, 12, 13. Please, I'm begging us. And then let me just say one more because of time. Multiple sex encounter predispose you to drugs. You know, some people have had a lot of sex. They've used drugs, postinol. They've only God knows how many postinol they've gotten. Some as young as they are using birth control kits. And all this thing affects them. I'm telling you, it affects the body system. It can cause infertility and a lot of things. So all these things are the consequences of having sex before marriage. But please, if you are watching this video and you've had sex before marriage, okay, it's fine. Seek God for forgiveness and let it go completely. It doesn't matter if you've had 100 partners before. If you are really remorseful and you can leave it and be celibate again, it's better than I already have it now. Do you know who you want to get married to? Like I said, it's only with your boyfriend. Is that what you said with Charles and Toby and Kule too? Just let it go. Come back. You can still be clean. You can still follow from now on. Forget about your past and move on. I really hope that this episode will help some people to please abstain. There's joy. There's pride in abstaining. Please, for yourself. It's not even about your spouse now. For yourself and between you and God. Please just try it out. Thank you for listening. Please share this episode, like and comment. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you on my next episode. See ya. Catch ya later.